Have you ever shared good news only to watch someone's smile disappear for just a second? It was subtle, almost invisible. But in that tiny moment, you saw something they never wanted you to notice: jealousy. And here's the disturbing part. The people who envy you the most aren't usually your enemies. They're often the people closest to you: friends, coworkers, even family. Why? Because jealousy isn't about what you have. It's about what your success says about them. Imagine two coworkers. Both start at the same company on the same day. For years, they're equals. Then one gets promoted. The other smiles, says, "Congratulations." But later that night, something changes. Suddenly, every achievement feels personal. Every compliment feels unfair. Not because the promotion was undeserved, but because it shattered the story they told themselves. I should have been there. This is called social comparison. Your brain doesn't measure success in absolute terms. It measures it against the people around you. That's why losing to a stranger rarely hurts, but losing to your friend, that feels different. Because every time they win, your brain quietly asks, why not me? Here's where jealousy becomes dangerous. Most people think jealousy looks like obvious hatred. It doesn't. Real jealousy hides behind kindness. Someone starts complimenting you less. They stop celebrating your victories. They become strangely quiet whenever something good happens to you. Or worse, they begin giving helpful advice that slowly kills your confidence. They don't attack your success. They question it. Are you sure that's the right decision? Don't get your hopes up. Be realistic. It sounds caring, but sometimes it's fear disguised as concern. Because if you keep growing, they're forced to face everything they've avoided. Psychologists have found something fascinating. People often feel more jealous when someone similar to them succeeds. Not someone richer, not someone more talented, someone just like them. That's why your biggest supporters can suddenly become distant after your first big win. Your success becomes proof that they could have done more, but didn't. And the human mind hates uncomfortable truths. So instead of changing themselves, some people try to shrink you, sometimes without even realizing it. But here's the twist. Jealousy isn't always evil. In fact, every human experiences it. Yes, even you. Think about the last time you scrolled through social media. Someone bought their dream house. Someone got married. Someone launched a business. Someone looked happier than you. For one tiny moment, did you feel completely happy for them? Or did a small voice whisper, why isn't my life like that? That's jealousy. Not because you're a bad person, but because your brain constantly compares. The problem begins when comparison becomes identity, when someone else's success starts feeling like your failure. That's when jealousy transforms into resentment. And resentment has a strange effect. It doesn't hurt the successful person first. It poisons the person carrying it. Imagine drinking poison and expecting someone else to suffer. That's exactly what long-term jealousy does. It steals your focus, your peace, your motivation. Instead of asking, how can I improve? You begin asking, how can they fail? One question builds your future, the other destroys it. Now here's something most people never notice. The people who genuinely celebrate your success are incredibly rare, because true confidence doesn't feel threatened by someone else's growth. Secure people don't compete with your journey. They learn from it. They clap because they believe there's enough success for everyone. Insecure people believe life is a tiny pie. If you get a bigger slice, they think theirs must become smaller. That's the scarcity mindset, and it's one of the most destructive beliefs a person can have. So how do you protect yourself? First, stop announcing every victory to everyone. Not every achievement needs an audience. Second, watch people's reactions more than their words. Words are easy, expressions are honest. And finally, never make someone else's jealousy become your guilt. You don't need to apologize for growing. You don't need to shrink your dreams just to make others comfortable. Because here's the truth most people discover too late. Your success doesn't create jealousy, it reveals it. The mask only falls when you rise. And perhaps the darkest part of human jealousy isn't that some people secretly want what you have. It's that some would rather see you lose than watch themselves grow. So the next time someone goes quiet after your biggest win, don't immediately ask, what did I do wrong? Ask yourself a different question. What did my success reveal? Because sometimes the people who celebrate you the loudest during your struggle become the quietest when you finally succeed.